So I finally broke down and installed a Wolfbox camera in my truck. I have the factory rear view camera in the actual rear view mirror. But the problem is, once I installed my Tune M1 camper, the camera is just about an inch above that rear window, so it really can't see out the back. I got by with the side views okay, but it was just always annoying not being able to see what was directly behind me without using the backup cameras. Anyway, this installs right over the factory mirror. It's a little clunky, but it's nice and secure. I printed a little cover to cover the wires. It just pops on there. And the camera itself, I've got the front view, which is mounted right, they're part of the assembly here in the rear view mirror. And then I've got the rear view camera mounted, and I'll go over how I got that installed here in just a minute. Basically, I ran all the wires up the headliner, down the A-pillar. You can see the GPS is right there. I might get creative and stick it inside the A-pillar, since they generally work pretty well from inside of there. It's just, I didn't feel like messing with the airbags the other day when I did it, but I'll probably move that inside where it's not visible. The main wiring, power wiring, goes into the fuse panel, which is under here. I've got it wired into both accessory and constant power, so I get time lapse or parking mode, with the G sensor. For the rear view camera, I ran it down the A-pillar, across the, pardon the camera movement here, down underneath this panel, back to the back, and then it cuts over right here. There's a grommet underneath the truck that I was able to drill through and run the cable down through that, and then I run it along the back of the truck, the frame rail, and then from the truck, or from the bed, I come up through screen. I come up through a hole right here, right up the side, up the side of the truck. Run up the side of the truck, and then let me pop inside real quick. Basically, without me crawling inside, I run it up the inside of the extrusion, directly across, and you can see the camera there. Now you're asking, where's the wiring? Well, I could have tried to fish it through the extrusion, run along the same wiring that the third brake light runs through. Boy, that was a pain in the ass. So all I did was get a good quality drill bit and drill a hole right through the T-track into the inside. Ran the wire through. The camera is modular. It's got maybe a 4-inch lead on it and a 6-pin connector, and that allowed me to run that through and then connect the other wire inside. And then I've got some T-track covers to cover that up. I've sealed this really well. I've got a grommet on either side, and then butyl tape, so it's fairly waterproof. And then the mount itself is from Crossroads 3D. It's about 30 bucks. It's 3D printed. This is the flat version. They also make one that has a 13-degree down angle, so it tilts a little bit more. This is fine. I've got great visibility, and with the Wolfbox, you can move the image up and down in the camera screen to get the view you want. So I've got a pretty good view from about this far back from the truck. So anybody that's not right on my bumper, I can see the entire car, which is pretty handy. Like I said, the real hassle was just drilling that hole. Tune uses some really high quality aluminum, so make sure you got a good drill bit when you go to do it. Start a pilot hole and drill it out. You got to go through 2 layers of the extrusion, so there's like an air gap in there as well. And then once you're done, make sure that's all sealed up good, because that's obviously a water ingress point if you're not careful. This mount is 3D printed out of ASA. It's 2 pieces. It's got a bracket. You can see where the hammer nuts are, and then the long part screws into that. So you've got a pretty good secure mounting point there, and it does protect the camera from some rain and such. It's a pretty good setup, except for 30 bucks. There's a couple others on the market. This one just happened to ship fast, and I had it. And just use the regular 2 mounting bolts. If I wanted to get fancy, I'd use black and just so it blend in better. I don't mind this. And that's about it. Oh yeah, while I'm here, I did install the Yotash screen. I'd ordered a Rizrari one based on some recommendations, and the damn thing never got here. So I ordered a second one. It never got here. That started back in June. I ordered this July 28th, and I had it August 3rd or 4th. So, and it was custom sized, 65 inches wide by 48 inches long, which is just long enough to reach the bed of the truck. And of course, it's all mounted Velcro across the top and down the sides, and some more Velcro down here to hold it in. And then just for a little extra security, I cut a little slit, and I put some little tiny small magnets I had from another project. Because my bed is steel, it helps kind of hold that down, or up against the decked frame, which is also steel. Screw those. And then what's also nice is because I'm not a Ford truck or a Toyota, so my whole bed is steel, so I can use the magnets to hold to the side. They're easy exit and entry. Something to be said for real metal these days. Anyway, that's that. I think I already covered installing the Milwaukee Packout 2-door system. And then since I got a 3D printer and too much time on my hands, I popped out the Milwaukee logos and just made a little quick black logo there because I hate the Milwaukee logo. I'm not a fan of the branding of that company. I really wish we had the European versions, which are black with red trim instead of the other way around. That's just too much red. I got some matching Husky cases to go with it. Anyway, I can show you this desk I have. This is mounted to the truck just by these D-rings and some Velcro straps. A little kit that make your own little Velcro cinch straps. I got 2 on each side, and then against, you can't see it from here, but this cargo rail that comes with the ram, that's strapped around the back frame. And then I've just got 2 little straps holding the Packout boxes to the table, but the whole thing is super sturdy. It's not going anywhere, and comes out in about 30 seconds, because all I do is undo those 6 Velcro straps and pull the whole thing out. And then the table itself actually folds. You lift the top up, the sides fold in, the top drops down, and it becomes a flat table. It's great for storing in the garage, but it's probably going to stay in the truck pretty much all the time. And I added a shelf. Just some standard folding hinges. That's a 12-inch wide by 38 inches long, 36 inches long. And I've got the 10-inch brackets to hold it up there, and then it locks into place. Doesn't impede the top coming up and down. It gives me a little extra surface area. It's great for like coffee prep or whatever. And then a little side benefit, when it's down, it does clear the table, barely, but it clears it. But that basically acts as a privacy screen for that side of the truck. So if I want to get dressed or something, I don't have to worry about anybody seeing my dangly bits. Pretty proud of that. Piece of some sort of Formica shelving I got from Ace Hardware for about 15 bucks, and the brackets are from Amazon. They're about 10 bucks. Like I said, those are the 10-inch brackets. I could have went with the 12, but I was worried that I wouldn't have the clearance I needed as it came past the table with 12 inches, because they would have stuck out further and potentially been a snag hazard. Probably would have worked, but the 10 inches are fine. That's plenty enough support. It's not going to hold a whole lot of weight, maybe 10, 15 pounds worth of coffee and water and stuff. drinks or whatever when I got the camper up. But anyway, that's the updates on this thing. I think I'm pretty much done with it. My only complaint, I wish I'd got a smaller fridge. The fridge has been great as far as functionality and power usage. It saves power. I can get many days out of this without having to worry about the battery, but that was the only thing that's running. But it just takes up so much space. I might go with a smaller. That's a 45 liter, 47 quart. Yes, sorry, it's 47 liter, 45 quart set power DT45. I probably could have went with a 30 something quart. Been several inches shorter, took up less space. But that's about it. I think this sucker's about as done as I'm going to do it this year. I'm going out a few more times this year for sure. Definitely going to make it to the Moab trip. That's about it, guys. Any questions, you know how to reach me.